Hello my dear people, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about a brand from the Middle East. And we actually don't do a lot of fragrance reviews of this particular house. For some reason it has always gone under the carpet, except for a couple of fragrances that I really like from them. But they are dishing out a lot of fragrances of recently, and there have been plenty of new flankers, lot of yacht parties and all of that's happening for a lot of Indian YouTubers as well. Well, I'm talking about the Rayhaan House of Middle East, and today we're going to talk about two fragrances from them. One is this is the Aquatica that's come in, and the other is the Obsidian. Okay, I don't have the Terra yet, but we're going to talk about these two fragrances and think about this video as a first impressions video. I will talk about performance as well, but I would still say think about this as a first impressions video because I've not spent a lot of time with these fragrances, but I do have worn them a couple of times, and I kind of have my thoughts about these fragrances, and I really think I should talk about it right now. And we can also look at these fragrances to be added in another review, or probably when Terra comes I can give you an update on the performance aspect as well, right? So without further ado, let's get on to this particular review. You're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Let's get on right after this intro. Alright, welcome back, and let's talk about this one first. This is the Aquatica, and this has got this beautiful similar type of packaging that you see in most of Rayhaan's Elixir, Crimson, that kind of fragrance, except for this has got this lovely teal blue color going across everywhere on the side and all of that. And the bottle itself is actually very nice, to be very honest. It's got this lovely silver colored bottle which looks exactly like this, and you will see that the liquid in this is got a blue color hue, so the bottle looks very nice. This bottle is of course decanted, that's why the volume is lower. Okay, so this one I was super excited for because this one is supposed to be an alternate of the popular Creed fragrance, which is basically Virgin Island water, and that's a very popular fragrance among a lot of Creed fans because of its beautiful citrusy tropical vibe, and that's what you kind of get here. Now from a scent profile point of view, I think Rayhaan has done a fantastic job. Now when I'm praising Rayhaan, please note that this is not a paid review. There are a lot of folks who will be very quick to go ahead and say that this is a paid review. Absolutely not. These are fragrances that I buy because we have a website and we also decant, so that's enough reasons for us to go ahead and do this particular review, because this kind of smells nice. And like I said earlier, I don't do a lot of Rayhaan fragrances. There are plenty that are still with us, like the Jungle Vibes that's coming, Italia that is coming, and all of that. But even the ones that we've had in the past as well, I've not Nocturno for example, we've not reviewed that, but these ones I really was looking forward because of the fragrances that they were inspired by, right? So this one from a scent profile point of view is absolutely superb, right? You do get a beautiful citrusy fragrance. You have a lot of grapefruit that opens up with, but then you also get a very prominent note of lime. And the lime is very beautifully done here. You kind of get that very nice aquatic type of a vibe as well, along with that this bitter lime. Now the lime here is almost like if you've been to a lemon tree and if you plucked out a lemon leaf and if you smelled it up close, you will get that lemon vibe, but you will also get a light amount of bitterness that's there with the texture of lemon, especially the skin of lemon, right? So that's the type. In fact, I would say not lemon, I would say lime, right? Because lemon is yellowish in color and lime is green in color. We're talking about limes, not lemons. Correct me there. So we're talking about lime. Okay. So typically you will see lime being used in a lot of cocktails and all of that, right? To give you that fresh vibe, but also a little bit of a tart bitterness. That's the type of vibe that you get, but you also get a good amount of sweetness as well. That's probably coming from a lot of fruitier elements and the musk on it. Now this also is supposed to have coconut milk in it, but for me somehow I am not able to get the coconut on this at all. So that way, which is a good thing, because coconutty fragrances, if you think about the Havas Tropical or any of the other coconutty fragrances, they tend to become overly sweet sometimes, and they don't balance out well, and they kind of go very off in my opinion. So that way this is a good thing that you don't actually get the coconut vibe so much. What you do get is a good amount of musk. That's something that's very nicely done, and you kind of get that very beautiful musk out there, which is giving you that nice aquatic vibe as well. And then there's a lot of patchouli as well. The patchouli again gives you that earthiness to it and a little bit of a green element as well. So overall, it kind of smells nice, right? But if you really break down the scent profile, the dominant notes, of course, is the citrusy element and, of course, the good amount of lime. And then there is a subtle hint of floral vibe that you kind of definitely get. The floral hint here is definitely jasmine and some white kind of flowers, but very, very mild. So you can literally say there is a slight hue somewhere in the background that you smell of the lemon and the white flowers coming together. But it's the musk that really holds this fragrance together, and that way it kind of comes up as a very beautiful citrusy summer kind of a fragrance that you would absolutely enjoy. Now, with the type of scent profile, you're almost tempted to try this out on an outdoor situation, but unfortunately, that isn't the case here. This, in my opinion, is not a very outdoory fragrance because it doesn't project out too loudly. That's the thing that I've noticed. You kind of get about 2 feet of projection, I would say, and the projection is about 30-40 minutes time. The performance itself is, for me, has been a little on the softer side. You do get about 4 hours to 5 hours at a stretch, but in that 2 hour to 5 hour mark, you don't really experience the fragrance out loud as such. You really need to slip up your clothes to kind of, feel if it's there. But this would be a fantastic fragrance if you are going in for a meeting, you're going in to meet some clients, and just before the meeting, you want to wear your fragrance. And if you have that kind of a habit that just before you meet somebody, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before you want to, spray up and, get ready, this will be a perfect fragrance for that kind of an occasion because it smells really good. Or if you are going out in a car with your colleagues, with your friends, and you want a fragrance that's got nice citrusy elements, but then it doesn't annoy anybody, but actually kind of, probably might also get you a bit of compliment. Yes, then definitely the Aquatica does that for you. But you've got to respray this after about 2 to 3 hours time for you to keep bringing up that vibe. But overall, I felt from a scent profile point of view, this is a superb fragrance. But from a performance point of view, this is a moderate to average at best is what I kind of think. But overall, if you're looking to buy a nice, fresh, citrusy, lime oriented, dominating fragrance with a little bit of a musk for winters, I mean for summers or indoors, even for winters, it would work well if you're looking at a daytime kind of a fragrance, then it would absolutely look really, really nice. Right, now having spoken about Aquatica, let's talk about the other one, and this one actually took me by surprise, and I'm really, really glad that we're doing this video because this one is absolutely beautiful. This is the reason why sometimes I think fragrances bring back those memories of what a great fragrance Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum is, and how that can be really lived together as a fragrance, how we can experience it for really, really nice and something that can actually make you very, very happy. Obsidian by Rayhaan actually goes on to do that. Okay, this one is superb. Now, I was thinking all the time that this might be a very average kind of a perfume. It might not really be as good as Aquatica, but trust me when I say this, it threw Aquatica out of the park when you compare this with Obsidian. Now, like I said, I haven't tried the Terra, and the Obsidian is completely black in color. In fact, the liquid is again very transparent, but just the bottle is completely black. Okay. Now, this one, in my opinion, for this kind of a scent profile, when you talk about fragrances like Dior Homme Parfum, which is basically an iris fragrance with a little bit of a tobacco, all of that, it is type of a beast mode kind of a scent in some way. Okay, now when I say beast mode, don't expect like projection wise it is going to be 3 feet, 4 feet of projection. No, but in terms of pure loudness, this is absolutely beautiful. It is easily doing 5.5 hours, 6 hours easily on one single spray. That is fantastic. Now, what do you get? Now, from a scent profile point of view, this is loaded with iris, and this is supposed to have leather, this is supposed to have ambrette and a little bit of a oud as well. Somehow, I don't get the leather, so the leather is not dominant. The oud is not dominant. Of course, the ambrette is definitely there. There is a little bit of a orangish note as well, but the dominant note that I absolutely get on this is the beautiful, beautiful iris, and the iris is all love once again and every time, because it kind of absolutely makes you think that this is all over again like Dior Homme Intense. Now, I don't get that vibe of Parfum so much, to be very honest. I get a lot of the DHI scent profile, but made a lot more cleaner, neater, and absolutely loving it types. If you are a fan of iris fragrances, then this one should be on your list. In fact, I might just be saying this might just be the new best thing after Cayenne Classic. There, I said it, right? This might just be the next big thing after Cayenne Classic, because this one smells so absolutely beautiful. The iris is all over the place and it's neat, clean, beautiful. It's not very powdery, it's not very dense. It is just light, airy, beautiful. And there's a light, very light hue of a floral vibe of the rose that we're talking about, and that's there. And every time you sniff this fragrance, you are like, wow, no wonder Dior Intense is such a beautiful fragrance, right? So that way it's really, really nice. You do get a little bit of a woody nuance as well. So you do have a little bit of a sweeter, woodier side, like the cedar wood, like the sandalwood, that you definitely get. But what separates Dior Intense from Dior Parfum has always been the leather note and the oud, little bit of a more masculinity, and I don't get that here. So I'd like to think that this probably is a fragrance that's a bridge between the Intense and the Parfum, most likely, and not the Parfum dupe all out by itself. Okay, so that way this is nice. And if you like a nice clean profile of iris and you really enjoy that kind of scent, this is good. Now the other reason why I also say that this one is way better than the Cayenne Classic is the performance. Now on Cayenne Classic, you do know that you do get just about 3.5 hours time. Here I can easily tell you it's on my apparel for the last 5.5, 6 hours time, and that's fantastic. That's just with one spray. Imagine you do about 10, 12 of these and you will really be getting a beautiful complement element of a lovely iris. And for this winter time, it's a very neat. It doesn't have a lot going on. I wish there was a little bit of that leather coming in to just give that little bit of that oomph of that leathery element. But this one by itself I feel is very well done, and this one is a definite winner. Now the Terra that is going to come out, the Terra is basically an Amouage Outlands alternative, if I'm not wrong, and that's supposed to be very good as well. I'm very curious to try it, but this by itself, both of these are super fragrances to try. Okay, so just to say that this is an average performer, this is a fantastic performer, great scent profile here as well. So between the two, this is a clear winner. The Obsidian is a clear winner for me. It's a fantastic fragrance to have. Right now, both of these are available on decants with me, and in case you want to try this out, you can definitely do so. That's how you can support this particular channel, by getting decants. You can also say thanks, and like a lovely gentleman did that, thank you so much. You can also do the hype button so that it kind of gives me a little bit of a push to reach more people. And if you kind of definitely like the content, then definitely share and subscribe as well, and I'll see you on another video. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe and share. I'll see you on another one. Bye bye.